Our next guest says he thinks the bottom is near for gold. RJO Futures Phil Streible joins us now from the CME. Phil, good to have you back on.
Thanks for having me.
So, Phil, I hear you remain bullish on gold despite the metal now trading below 1,200. Why the optimism here?
Well, I think that we're close to like a rejection level where we've gone too low. If you look at the slope of the decline, we're up at 1341. The trajectory that we've fallen, it's an unsustainable path. So I think that the market will find some bottom. What you want to do is you want to look out for one of those key reversal type days where the market sells off, makes that lower low, and then closes up on the day, up near the high of the day, and then we see that follow through to the upside.
So, Phil, what levels are you eyeing now for gold then?
Well, if you look on the downside, it's always tough to pick that, to catch that falling knife. But I think in the gold, closer to that 1120, 1100, somewhere in that range. So I do think we do have some liquidation to go, unless one of these other events that we're seeing that have been going on this week starts to come into play.
Now, Phil, we all know a negative for gold has been, the strengthening dollar, the index now trading above 100. So does the dollar have much potential here to move higher? Or do you think it's due for a correction?
So the dollar, I think it's still going to move higher until we get something closer along the line of parity with the euro currency. I think there's been so much talk about it that I think it's becoming almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you look at the ECB, they're currently also stepping up their bond buying program. So the the quantitative easing that they're implementing is still there. Where the U.S. we're on an interest rate hiking cycle, so we'll most likely, it's priced in about 100%. We'll see the interest rate hike come in December 14th when that next meeting arrives.
All right, and just ending on gold here again. The metal oversold. Latest data shows investors fleeing from the gold-backed ETF Spider at the fastest pace in over 3 years post-Trump's win. Do you think this is a trend that we could see continuing? And what would that mean for prices?
Yeah, I don't think that the liquidation is going to continue. I think that a lot of the reallocation and rebalancing due to the election outcome has already occurred. So I think that, the initial reaction was sell the gold market. Well, first they had bought it. We shot up to that 1341. We saw the sell-off from there start to develop. And then it has escalated from there as a lot of these longs have liquidated. I think the long liquidation is close to an end, and we'll start to look at some of the seasonal patterns that tend to develop in the gold market. Usually we see the last month of December, we see gold prices start to rally on that. Remember last year we hit that 1050 level, and then it was on basically the day of that Fed rate hike, we saw gold prices start to turn around and push their momentum upwards. So some other things that I'm looking at real quick, that Indian rupee, there's a lot of talk about that currency coming off and the buyback on the currencies. So start really paying attention to that. That's going to play a big factor in gold going forward.
All right, Phil, good thoughts from you today. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow on Kitco's Gold Report.